This is Davao City. Oh, very, very nice. It's a glorious day today. It's a long weekend, which I found out this morning. It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday and Monday. Monday is National Heroes Day here in the Philippines. Today is a holiday here. I just went down to the bank to get some money and the bank's closed. The holiday was on Wednesday this week, but it got moved to Friday. Oh, don't you just love it? Oh, but what a glorious, glorious view. So, 3 or 4 weeks ago, I gave you an update about this this investigation that's going on in Manila about the former mayor of bambsn in Tarlac. Her name is Alice Guo. Anyway, they don't know whether she's Filipina or Chinese, but my opinion is, and it's only my opinion, she's a fake Filipina. Okay, she was voted in as mayor, and she was running the mayoral office, and her sister Sheila Ong, not Go, was running a Pogo online gaming commercial operation, which has been linked into human trafficking, drugs, money laundering, illegal transportation or exit and entry to visas in the Philippines, illegal birth certificates and documentation, because if you're Chinese and you can get a Philippine birth certificate, you can then get a Philippine passport, and you can have a Chinese passport and a Philippine passport. Anyway, a big turnaround a couple of weeks ago, because the president turned around and banned all POGOs, Philippine online gaming operations. And they raided this place up at Tarlac, and another one just down the road, and they're linked, and they're both part of the same family. Go one owns one and Ong owns the other. Anyway, they were doing this investigation, and the young lady, Alice Guo, failed to turn up in court at the beginning of August. It transpires that she wasn't in the Philippines. Yeah, even with the PMB and the immigration and the Bureau of Immigration and the Coast Guard and the security forces, she'd exited the Philippines via Malaysia, then flew on to Singapore, then flew on to Indonesia, and whereabouts at the moment they believe she's in Indonesia. But it took a twist this week, because her sister and her sister's friend, Ong and Go, were both arrested because their passports were frozen. Alice Guo is still travelling, but maybe not on her Philippine passport. And what actually happened was that they were investigating this woman, and they found that she had assets worth 365 million peso. She had helicopters and planes and cars and houses, and you can't pay for that all out of it on a mayor's salary, can you? No, you don't get that amount of money paid. So they started the investigation. She's done a runner. They've caught her sister and her friend. They've shipped them back to Manila now, and they're One's being held by the Bureau of Immigration, and the other one's being held by the PMP as of this morning, it being Friday. So crazy, really, isn't it? That when somebody's under investigation for illegal activities like money laundering, human trafficking, until it's been proved, the courts won't rescind the passport because it's against civil rights to have your freedom. Strange, that one, isn't it? Really, really strange. Anyway, so they're still looking for Alice Guo. They've frozen all of her assets. They've now, because she's done a runner and she's on the run, she's been reported to Interpol, and I'll show you a picture of her sitting in her office, and then show you a picture of the Interpol warrant. But the president got really, really angry, and he's turned around and made this statement that heads will roll because she didn't go through any immigration when she exited the country. She got out of the country using maybe her human trafficking connections to get her out. But supposedly they'll find her as long as she doesn't change her appearance too much, and they know what her Chinese passport is, or they know what her Malaysian passport is, or what they know what her identification is when she's travelling. Her brother, they've not found him. He's gone a different route than going into Malaysia, Singapore and Indonesia. They're all trying, I believe, only me, all trying to get back to China, where the illegal gaming operation is based. But this woman came to prominence because she was brought up on a pig farm. She got a Philippine passport when she was young. She went through school. She didn't speak any Filipino when she went to school. She spoke Cantonese or Mandarin or another dialect. And so many red flags that, you know, when she was 22, 23, 24, she was already a prominent person in bambsn. And now they're saying, and it's not coming from me, it's just what I'm reading, that she's a Chinese spy that got herself into government. Kept a low profile, falsified all the documentation, but she got her falsified birth certificate at Santa Cruz in Davao del Sur. She's down there, Digos. And the operation down there, when they raided it, they said 200 people with illegal documentation or legal birth certificates. That number is now over 1,000. So there is 1,000 people that could be in, you know, high-powered jobs in the Philippines that are really not Filipino. It's against the law not to, you know, to go to office, and it's against the law to apply for a Philippine passport if you're not Filipino. It's like me going down the bureau and trying to say, well, yeah, I fancy being a Filipino today. Can you give me a Philippine passport? I don't want to be a UK citizen anymore. I want to be a Filipino. I've got a long nose. I don't have the skin. I don't have dark hair. I'm fat. I'm tall. Would they give it to me? No, they're going to say no. But if you turn around and you know somebody that knows somebody, and you do a little bit of the old sprinkling of that magic peso dust, you can get what you can get. So, so the case continues, and now they're not just investigating the POGO, they're also investigating the human trafficking routes. They're also investigating the Bureau of Immigration. They're also investigating the border controls because this woman exited through one of the airports in the Philippines. and it was only picked up when the airport in Malaysia registered her as arriving. Then that information is shared with the Philippines. So it must have been a shock for somebody that was on shift somewhere, turned around and said this woman's not allowed to travel, and all of a sudden she's in Malaysia. There's nothing they can do about it. And then she's not there long enough, 2 or 3 days, and then she's moved on to Singapore. And she's there 2 or 3 days, and then she's moved on to Indonesia. There's a picture going around of her in Kuala Lumpur, at the airport in Kuala Lumpur. Just looks like a normal Asian woman, dark hair, small, black clothes, suitcase, carrying a bag with her purse over her shoulder, which is pink. She likes the colour pink. But I wonder what's going to happen about this. I don't know. Strange, isn't it? That, you know, you've got all these processes in place that you can get out, and once you're out, nobody knows you're out until the other country tells you you've got one of your illegal citizens in our country. So yeah, so that's Alice Guo. The case continues. Her closest confidant is in one jail, the other one is in another holding office, and there's a huge investigation now into how did she get out of the Philippines without the Philippines knowing about it. Corruption. That's what the President is saying. It's corrupt, and a lot of people are losing faith in the justice system. It's not the justice system, is it? It's when somebody breaks the law, you don't hold them accountable. You don't take away their route of access out of the country, i.e. the passport. They can fly with an ID.
Reuben sandwich.
Oh, Reuben sandwich. Look at that. There's the Reuben sandwich. Additional?
One more.
Salamat. Looks very, very nice, Kuya.
Thank
Got
you.
some Dijon mustard there. As you can tell, we're at the end of the runway. There's the aeroplane taking off into the clear blue skies of Mindanao. Because there is a twist. So, immigration were informed that Alice Guo and her travelling party exited the Philippines around the 22 of July. Now, there was a counterclaim against her case in Manila by her solicitor, and she had to be present to sign the affidavit to counter the human trafficking part of the case. Now, when you counterclaim, you have to be in person and show ID to a solicitor, attorney, who you are. So, on the 14th of August, the 14th of August, there was a black people carrier, van, whatever you want to call it, with Alice Guo in the back of it, who went in to see the solicitor, gave proof of identity, a driving licence. Have to remember, can't use a passport because she's already using that, because she's not in the country, is she? Because she's already in Malaysia, Singapore and Indonesia. So the twist is, somebody looking like Alice Guo went to the attorney, signed the affidavit, answered all the questions, and then submitted the counterclaim against the government about her case. Strange that, isn't it? Strange that straight black hair, parting down the middle, little oriental face, round glasses, 7 o'clock at attorneys to sign an affidavit. Dark, difficult to see really, isn't it? But someone submitted the affidavit. The attorney is adamant that it was Alice Guo, even though there's no record of her flying back into the country. I wonder what will happen to him. What will happen to that legal department, that legal firm? What is their responsibility under the law? I don't think they'll have any really, will they? He believes that it was Alice Guo. Unless there's two Alice Guos. As I said, it's a twist. It's one of those. This is 2024. Welcome to the Twilight Zone. I'm going to transport myself from Indonesia to Tarlac. I'm there now. I'm there. Oh, I'm just going to sign the paper and I'm back in Indonesia. Wow. Crazy. So anyway, so that one's under investigation as well now. But will they ever get to the bottom of it? The POGs have been banned. Will it be Isabong next? But today it's about fake Filipino. It does happen. Someone in your town could be a fake Filipino or Filipina. Take care.